friends, welcome back. Today we are going to be closing out my February budget. Somehow it's almost March. I really don't get it. Here we are, so we're gonna close her out and we're going to move on to March. So the first thing I like to do is close out everything. So we have made our last debt payment, and my gym small groups have not hit yet, but I'm gonna act like they have when I fill this out. And I also haven't gotten this paycheck yet. She still needs to Venmo me that, so those are the only things missing. But I'm not gonna stuff these till the first week of March anyway, so it doesn't matter. Things I considered was YouTube wasn't gonna pay me this month, and they didn't, so that makes sense. And I did only stuff my necessities with my regular paycheck, and I stuffed everything else with side hustle income. I still feel like I just don't have enough money to fund everything, and I just have to remind myself that that's because I have a few really big savings goals and it's taking up all my money, so it just is what it is. So then for the month, we have all of my incomes over here. So they're all listed out here. I am going to start listing this differently starting in March because I will have two separate budgets, one for my personal and one for my business. So in the future, I'll just be listing my take-home pay. But for this one, I am listing my net pay because I also listed all my expenses and all my savings for these side hustle funds. So that's how we'll do it this month. The only thing I don't have listed right now is how much I've spent out of my sinking funds. I spent $325 out of my revolving sinking funds, with most of that being out of my side hustle sinking funds for my business expenses, and then $150 out of my fixed sinking funds, which was for the Airbnb for the bachelorette party. So let's see what my income is that we are working with. So this is $4,080.52. So if I add up my bills, should be $1,243.78. I am going to do that one more time just to make sure. So then we have $2,836.74 left to work with. So for my overall debt payoff, I thought I was going to put $350 this month in additional extra debt payments, and I actually put $460. And then over here we can put $460. So for spending, I spent $523, which was under budget by $27. So that means I put an extra $27 to other funds throughout the month by underspending, which is really nice. And now I have $1,853 left, and that's so high because it's including all my business expenses. So again, in future months, I won't include that because I feel like it makes it a little bit confusing. These are my regular revolving sinking funds, and then in here I also include money that went to my side hustle sinking funds, so that's why you'll see a big jump here. So we saved $814 in there. So if we subtract that from what we had left, we still have $1,039, which is wrong. Okay, let's just see. Let's just get rid of my sinking funds counting as income because I think I'm messing up somehow. Okay, this seems more accurate. So if I don't include my sinking funds spending as income, then everything kind of works out. So I'm just gonna ignore that because I think I messed up, so. Okay, so instead of saving 104, we saved 814 in my revolving, and that's again because of my business savings. And then here we saved 530, which is an additional $84. And I did have some unbudgeted, but I really can't remember what it is. So let's call it $34 because I just can't remember. And that'll get me to a zero base, but I definitely had unbudgeted because my buffer went away this month. Like, I don't know where the buffer in my checking account went. I like totally did some math wrong. So we're just gonna say that that existed. So that would leave me with a total of $2,361, which would zero out my budget. All right, so my budget's at least semi-zeroed out. We'll see if the math works in later sections. This month was really tricky with my business spending. It made the math really confusing. So I'm hoping having two separate budget books will be helpful moving forward. So looking at my monthly and weekly totals, let's just finish this off. Yeah, here's at least a $12 unbudgeted expense, but there were definitely more, so I don't know what happened. All right, so let's fill in this too. All right, I'm being kind of lazy today just because this budget was a hot mess and I don't really, see the point in spending a ton of time on it because it was just so much went wrong this month. So we're just gonna speed on through this and get to our closeout pages, which are back here. So we'll start with my debt payoff one, which is the fun part because now I get to come up with end of month balances. So let me grab my laptop. All right, so my number one debt is my Bank of America credit card, and that is because it's the only debt I have that has interest. And my minimum payment this month was, I believe, $53, but let me double check. Yes, $53. And while I'm back here, Citi was $47. And my iPhone was $22.87, which I paid. So my ending balance on this card was $1,019.54, which is so annoying. I was 20 bucks away from being under 1,000. But I literally do not have any extra money to put towards this because my bank account is like, you'll see the ending balances. They're super small. So I'm just gonna, that's so annoying. I hate that, whatever. So the ending balance on my Citi credit card is $3,057.99. And my ending balance on my iPhone is $251.57. And then my student loans have stayed the same because they are in the government's forbearance. So that is going to stay the same for the foreseeable future because I'm working on other debts right now. All right, so for extra debt payments, I did plan on making several this month. So let's see what the total amount of extra debt was supposed to be. It was supposed to be $350, and I did do that. And then I had unplanned, and that equaled 65 plus 45 is 110. So in total, we put 460 towards extra debt payments, which is lower than I usually have done, but I didn't have a stimulus and I didn't tutor as much because of all the snow that happened. Students weren't really in school, so it is just less this month, and it is what it is. So last month's debt balance was $9,513.08. And now let's add up this month's debt balance, which is all of these. So our new debt balance is $8,953.42. So we're under 9,000, guys. We did it. Woo! So now we want to see how much we have, like kind of what our progress is like for the month. So let's take those numbers and we are going to subtract them. So that means we made a difference of $559.66. Oh wait, this is supposed to be total monthly debt payments, not minimum, or not extra. Kristen. Okay, so this number, you're supposed to add all these up. So all the minimum payments plus your extra debt payments equals this. All right, that makes sense because this needs to be less than this unless I magically got a reimbursement from the bank, which would never happen. So a lot of my, let's see how much of that money went towards my actual principal and not just paying back interest. 96% of what I put towards my debt actually paid down the debt. So compared to last month, let's see what that one is. Last month was about the same, so never mind. But still, that's so much. In the beginning, I was only paying like, 60% towards my principal. It was mostly going towards interest payments. So that's really, really exciting. So to do my monthly debt progress number, I take this number and divide it by my last month's debt balance. So this was 5.88% of my monthly debt was paid off this month. Almost 6% down, which is great. And then to see my total payoff progress, I have my total debt amount that I started with, and then this month's debt balance is the same number over here. And let's see how much we have done. So $13,201.38 minus $8,953.42. So in total, we have paid off $4,247.96. That is huge, y'all. I could have spent that money on so many other things. Oh well. So now I'll take this number and divide it by my total debt starting balance, which means I have paid off 32.18% of my debt. So we are almost a third of the way done. Wow. I really want to be further than a third. I'm starting to get really, really sick of this, but here we are. It's progress. We're making it. We are making it. So you know what? That's really great. And we are going to just go with it. All right. So now we are going to talk about my net worth. And here are all the accounts I'm going to talk through. So we are going to just go ahead and review this. Last month's net worth was $21,239.82. And now we're just going to translate the new debt balances over here. So I'm going to do that really quick. All right, so the next thing I'll fill in are my current balances in these two, and this is where I said y'all are gonna laugh at me. So in my fixed checking account, we will have $2.10 after I finish paying the rest of this month's bills. And in this account, we will have $12.75. And I just don't know where it went. I really, really don't. So, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. In my short-term savings account, we have $1,150.02, and that grew a lot since last time. Last time we had about $600 in there, and that's because I transferred a lot of my sinking funds to my savings account just for safekeeping, so that did increase. So my long-term savings account as of right now has $5,028.70, which is pretty much the same as last time. I think I went up like 50 cents maybe in interest, which is like nothing. So I don't really count it. My car is currently valued at $5,950, which went down a little bit since last month on Credit Karma. So it went down by like $125. So I'm sure I'll see an impact there. And then my retirement fund is at $19,263.09. And that, let's see how much that increased by. So in 1 month, we went up by $1,018, and I only put in $235. So that means $783 of that was either from my employer, which puts in about, I don't know, like $250. And then the rest of that, the $500, is all just from compounding interest. So that is the power of interest, my friends. Very, very important. And then now I need to add up my sinking funds from my sinking funds that are not in my savings account. And so I'm going to add those up super quick, and then I will put that number here. Okay, after doing some quick math, I saw that I had $377 in cash in my revolving funds, $146 in my date-specific funds, $259 in my other, like my big blue binder, and $288 in my side hustle sinking funds. So in total, that is $1,070. So if I add up all these assets, let's see what we get. So our new total is $32,476.66. And that went up, let's see. That went up by $1,723.76 from last time. And my liabilities, let's see how much it went down. My liabilities decreased by $559.66. So let's see what my total net worth is now. So my total net worth is $23,523.24. So the change is this number minus this number up here, which is an increase of $2,283.42. So to get the change in net worth, you do this number, the change in net worth, which is $2,283.42, and divide it by last time's net worth. So it has increased by 10.75%. Whew. That's awesome. So that is my net worth currently for the end of the month of February. So now we get to close out our monthly spending by filling out all of this information. So let's see what our starting balance was. We started out with $82.25 in our starting balance. And then let's pull out our handy dandy budgets. Our income was $3,605, and we're just gonna round it. So available to us was $3,688. We're just gonna round. And then I'm gonna go in and fill out some of this, and then we'll come back and talk about it. So somehow I lost the audio for the rest of this video, but I'm here with a voiceover, so you'll see that now I have completed my monthly closeout budget, and you'll see that I'm under budget in many, many categories, so I'm highlighting those in green. You'll also see that I'm over budget in a few things like savings and extra debt and starting balance, and those are good things. That's why they're highlighted in green. And then highlighted in red are the bad things, and there's only one this month, which was unbudgeted. Now I'm just going through and putting how much I'm over or under budget just to have a dollar value associated with that. Now I am going through and putting the percent I spent of my budget this month in the certain categories. Some honorable mentions are that I kept my bills and spending under 50% of my available funds this month, which was really great. My savings was up to 37%, which is because I'm counting my side hustle savings and income. I am going to not do that next month, so those numbers will probably be a little more regular. And then my debt was down to 12%, which again is because I'm counting my business expenses, which definitely messes with the percentages. So if you consider all of that, I didn't pay that much towards debt. But again, when I separate out my business savings from my personal savings, you'll see that percentage go back up. But overall, I was pretty happy with everything. I wish I had had a bigger starting balance going into March, but that is kind of it for this page. Now I am just going to compare my spending in different categories from January to February. So I am just filling out all of that information right now and going through and then highlighting whether the percentage of my budget this month in February was good or bad compared to January. And overall, it was good. Besides debt, I put way less towards debt, and my starting balance was too low for my personal comfort level. But other than that, I did really well compared to January. Now on to my last closeout page. I am looking at an overview of my debt and my savings. So first, I am putting my total available funds at the top for debt and the total available funds plus my retirement contributions on the right. And I like to include retirement on this page just because that is a form of savings, but I usually kind of set it and forget it because it comes out of my paycheck before I even get it. So I started with savings. So my monthly savings contributions this month was $1,594 with retirement, which was 40% of my overall income or available funds to me. And 235 of that went to retirement, 15 went to my starting balance, 665 went to revolving sinking funds, which does include my business sinking funds, so that's important to note. And my fixed sinking funds, I put $405. And I'm pretty sure I messed up the percentages here, so I will go back and fix those later. Jumping to debt, I put $582.87 towards debt this month, which was 15% of my overall available funds. I put $513 towards my Bank of America credit card, $487 towards Citi, and $22.87 towards my iPhone. And now I realized I messed up my percentages for savings, so I just erased those because I'm supposed to take how much I put towards each category out of my total monthly contributions to either debt or savings. So for debt, I'm dividing like 513 for Bank of America divided by the 582 that I put towards debt as a whole. So that means 88% of my total debt payments went towards my Bank of America card. And this is just to make sure that my savings and debt payoff follow the priorities I have for my journey. So that is why I look at the percentages. So for savings, you'll see that 15% went towards retirement, 25% went towards fixed, 42% went towards revolving, which again is because of the business, and only 1% was my starting balance or my account buffer. So at the bottom of this page, I also like to document the wins and the areas of growth for the month. And my wins this month were that I started my Etsy shop. Thank you so much if you have supported me. I did file my taxes for 2020, so I'm just waiting on my tax return. And I did not do a lot of unbudgeted expenses, and that was a huge win as well. Areas for growth is I really need more money in my spending or in my revolving cash envelopes. Like I'm really feeling pinched for cash. So I just need a brainstorm of if there's anything I can do for that or not. So I don't know if I need to grow in that area so much as problem solve. And I want to pay more towards debt moving forward, and I don't want to drain my account buffer anymore, and I want to build it back up. So that is it for this closeout for February. I'll be back with another video to update my annual trackers and do a more extensive debt payoff analysis. So be on the lookout for that video, and thank you so much for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.